Suns with the basketball. Look out, Devin Booker. 3 for 4. Good start.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To Booker. Off the assist.
In the paint, you need to finish, just like that.
James to Kyle Kuzma. Fires the 3. No issues for Kuzma. Hand in his face. He drills it.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
James to Kyle Kuzma. Easy path to the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing.
Flushes down the slam. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Davis, down low. To James. Looking for his man. Lays it in off the alley-oop pass.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Lakers ball. James to Kyle Kuzma. And count the basket.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Big finish at the rim.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
James to Kyle Kuzma. Anthony Davis. That's now 5 in a row without a single miss.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
JaVale McGee. 4-3. He engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
JaVale McGee. While the Suns come up with the steal. Count the basket. He's feeling good. Defense has to get him out of his comfort zone.
Did you see the distance between him and the defender? You could pretty much put a department store between the two.
Prices coming down. Oh, he had him there for a second. Beyond the arc for 3. Not that time. He misses. Booker with it. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. And score. scores. Strong take.
And that transition offense was flawless. When guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency, you heard me correctly, a sense of urgency, you will get a great shot every possession.
And finishes strong.
The assist from number 8.
Oh, he's denied. Oh, big man doing work right there.
1 quarter down. The Suns have the lead. Second quarter about to start. Jay, this has felt like a game of horse. It was shot for shot in the opening period.
You know why?
Why?
Because of the versatility. Because this is positionless basketball, which makes it beautiful to watch. Everybody can triple threat, dribble, drive, shoot the three, do things from long distance. It's a thing of beauty where this game is going.
JaVale McGee pins it. Screen coming.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Off the assist.
Probably option 3 right there in the court, but every player is a threat. No excuse for that easy bucket.
To Caldwell Pope. Just off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Almost. Unlucky bounce.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Oh!
He blocked that with authority.
Here comes the screen. Caldwell Pope. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
To Rubio. Ricky Rubio. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Ricky's never really been the guy to look for his shot first, though he did average a career high in points per game last season, and it all starts with that blow-by first step that sets up his opponent.
With the fadeaway, burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Phoenix has the ball. Knocked loose. Rubio. The monster stuff.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
JaVale McGee to Caldwell Pope. Lets it fly from long range. Good offense beating good defense. Kentavious Caldwell Pope with the basket.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing now.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Los Angeles, they have it. James to Danny Green. Fires the three. Jay, last year the Lakers 35 and 47. What impact, obviously, will LeBron James have on this Lakers team and their record?
There's no doubt that I think the Lakers will get over 35 wins. Will they get over 50, though, is the major question. I don't see that happening, considering last year only 2 teams in the West, Golden State and Houston, had over 50 wins.
Here's Rubio up top. Leads just a point. Ricky Rubio. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Come on, somebody tell me when he added that to his arsenal.
LeBron James, guarded by Kelly Oubre. For 3. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, what makes LeBron so special on the offensive end?
Well, first and foremost, look at that frame. 6'9", 265 pounds with the agilities of a guard. He can blow by you. If he dips that shoulder, there's no way. There is nobody in the NBA that can guard that man one-on-one.
LeBron James. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game, and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Kyle Kuzma. Swings it. Kyle Kuzma. Not easy.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a three-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the three-point shot.
He throws it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
LeBron James with the rock. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. LeBron James. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Rubio into the front court. Margins 8. And the Lakers have the rebound. LeBron with it up top. He'll run the offense. Going to launch beyond the arc. LeBron James drills the 3.
Defense, do the math. You force them to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Now whistle and a timeout for Phoenix as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Tough make through traffic.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
After the tie-up, they're in position for the jump ball. Davis. It's James. Second effort. Davis. Not going down here. Takes it coast to coast and the strong finish at the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Davis. Can't connect. Kicks it outside. Into the front court. It's Booker. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Kelly Oubre with the 2.
He was so wide open. Pretty much looked like a deer staring into the headlights. Last resort, but still, points on the board.
From long range. Off the line. Look out. Anthony Davis with the slam.
Brow down. you coming to my town?
Wow, you rhyming right there?
Obviously.
Suns control the possession. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Substitution being made in this one. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
From 18 feet at the buzzer. First half comes to an end with the Lakers in command.
The Lakers will start the second half with a decent lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. LeBron James able to recover with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Nice pass to set things up.
All right, you got the first bucket of the second half. Now get a stop, because honestly, that's where your troubles were in the first.
Trying to cash in. Cook shot won't go.
And Ed, that's what you see this defense doing. You're capitalizing on the momentum gained from getting a multitude of stops defensively.
Anthony Davis. Huge block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Davis to James. It's Phoenix ball. Cleaning the offensive glass. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
It's Cook with the basketball. Up by 6. Here's a chance from long range. Missed it. Knocked loose. Oh, the hustle keeps. Keeps the ball in play. Here's the call. Intentional foul. Referee all over it. Here's Rubio into the front court. The deficit is 6. LeBron James sends it away. Davis
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Ricky Rubio trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. To Kyle Kuzma. Fires the three. That one off the mark. It's no good. Anthony Davis swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Kelly Oubre. Kyle Kuzma with a piece.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Kyle Kuzma. 4-3. It's no good. Shots not going down.
He had such a great first half, but obvious adjustments were made defensively to shut him down, and now he's really starting to struggle.
Kuzma. Beyond the arc for three. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Here's Rubio up top. The deficit now up to 5. No good. Defense catching a break there. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Not done. And a putback slam.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Rubio into the front court. 5-point game. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Here's Rubio into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
I don't think I could do that on the 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Lets it fly from long range. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Here's Rubio up top. Leads one. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Rubio into the front court. His team up by 1. Booker. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
Look, I get it. I've been one of the players who have had these mishaps happen to defensively. There is no worse feeling than the next day in film session watching yourself roam on the island by yourself. Somebody in this particular moment needs to tell you to get your head out of you-know-what to get back in the game.
James to Danny Green. Fires the 3 at long last. He missed his first 5 attempts from beyond the arc, but he gets that one to go.
Welcome to psychological warfare, provided he's not taking bad shots. But if I were the defense, I would let him keep shooting it. Make him think about it a little bit more.
Has a look. Green with a shot, no good. Here's Rubio into the front court. Leads 3. And scores at the rim. Jay, good luck recovering from that.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
LeBron matched up with Kelly Oubre Jr. Davis To James. For three. Oh, LeBron James. Not much more the defense could have done. He hits the contested three.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Lakers come up with it. James. Gets it in the left corner. Pulls up for two.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Here's Rubio up top. Our score all even in this third quarter. To Booker. Has a chance. Booker shot off the mark. Across the timeline comes James. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. Davis off the mark. Well contested.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
James. They'll get it down to Davis. And throws it down. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first three have lived up to the billing.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 0, Kyle Kuzma. Into the game for the Phoenix.
Gets a look. Can't hit. Los Angeles has the basketball. Kuzma goes to the right side. To Davis. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
First foul in the last 2 minutes.
Nothing going here on that drive. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
The Lakers.
And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
LeBron James at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 73%.
Oh yeah, I like that.
That ends the third quarter. The Lakers have the lead. It's Lakers ball as we start the fourth quarter. And that halftime lead, it was cut down in the third.
And just because the numbers on the scoreboard say that you're winning doesn't mean that the feeling on the court implies that. This team is gaining momentum. If you don't do something to gain your momentum back, they're going to come back and win this game.
And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Crawford to Mikal Bridges. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
And he's going to the free throw line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Going to launch beyond the arc, and that's rebounded by the Suns. Knocked loose. Lakers have it.
Don't play scared now. Let's push the ball. Let's get this lead up.
And And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Knocks down the first. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. From long range. Misfires. It's no good. Oh, big finish at the rim.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
To Caldwell Pope. Oh, had him going there for a second. Knocked loose. Caldwell Pope. Over the line. Backcourt violation. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Booker to Mikal Bridges. JaVale McGee sends it away. Suns recover. Shot from in close, no good. To James. Here's a chance from long range. That's good D. Shot no good. Knocked loose. Lakers come up with it. Seconds to shoot. James, he's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3. Point shots.
Phoenix with it. JaVale McGee with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Probing the defense. Fires the 3. He'll take that any day.
And here's a setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually, I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
A pass stolen by Phoenix.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
LeBron James tips it. They've got it now. LeBron into the front court. Up 5. 4-3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. To Booker. JaVale McGee snatching it out of the air. Devin Booker, and it's good.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis, because they show up in the fourth.
To Davis. Kuzma. To James. To Caldwell Pope. Deep right corner, Kyle Kuzma. He was all over him.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
People at home, did you know that Aaron Baines played rugby growing up? He knows no other way but to be physical on the court because that's how he leaves his mark.
Caldwell Pope slams it home on the putback.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Tyler Johnson in a matchup with Quinn Cook. Oh, straight down the middle, 4-2.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
James. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
And count the basket inside.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Sets him up. It's Suns ball. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Dario Saric trying to cash in on a 3-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. James to Caldwell Pope. Over to the right side. Down low for Davis. To James. That's toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
James to Davis. Count the basket inside.
But did you see the way he was able to do it, Ed? Did you see him constantly probe the defense by maintaining his dribble? Ultimately, if you keep your eyes on all the other defenders, they will lose track of where the ball is. That's where you slip a quick pass in for an easy dime.
Tyler Johnson at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Off the mark at the line. Cook to bring it into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. To James. Off the mark. Suns with the basketball. Lakers have it. LeBron James guarded by Devin Booker. To Davis. Stuffs it down with authority.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he's live. I'm watching it happen in person.
To Booker. LeBron James rejects it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Davis. Stuffs it down with authority.
Right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Count the bucket for 2.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
The defense should have picked up on that action. That's going to cost them.
Booker with it. All tied up. Just underway in this fourth quarter. Full throttle. Right to the basket for the deuce.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
And flushes it down. No stopping AD here.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Here comes the screen. Knocked loose. Lakers come up with it. Deep three at the buzzer. The quarter comes to an end, and it's deadlocked, all tied up. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. And the extra period begins. Keeps it alive. Gotta love the hustle. Kyle Kuzma. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Danny Green pins it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Kuz at the controls. Nice pass to get things going.
I don't know if a body on him would have prevented that bucket, but it at least would have let him know that you were there.
Anthony Davis able to recover with the block. It's Cook with the basketball. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Into the front court, it's Booker, trailing by 4. Short jumper off the mark.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
You've got to get that one to go. Cook to bring it into the front court. They lead it, 4-point game. To Danny Green, beyond the arc for 3. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. To Booker. Cashes in for 2.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
LBJ. To Davis. Gets it in the left corner. Kyle Kuzma. Textbook defense. Terrific vision. LeBron James. Huge block. It's Cook with the basketball. Leads up. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Now whistle. We'll get a timeout from Phoenix as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
LeBron into the front court. Leads 4. Lets it fly from long range. Rubio into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Kyle Kuzma. Working hard on the glass. To James. Fires the 3. Cleans it up. To Kyle Kuzma. Trying to cash in. Offensive board. James. And the rebound taken down by the Suns. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
For 3. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Stuffs it down with authority.
I I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Unable to connect on the free throw. Here's Rubio into the front court. He'll run the offense. Has a look. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it. Cook to bring it into the front court. They trail by 2. Danny Green to Davis. Scores from the post. Who compares to AD offensively?
We would be doing a disservice if we compared AD just to one player. He's an amalgamation. Think about Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Marcus Camby. Throw them all into a blender, you get Anthony Davis.
Taking advantage of the turnover.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Phoenix has the ball. Booker. It goes down.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
James into the front court. Down just a couple. To Davis. Stuffs it down with authority.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Oh, they called the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Oubre. Whoa, what a finish.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
It's Cook with the basketball. Down 2. To Kyle Kuzma. Baseline drive. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Hey, look. Pretty dudes can mix it up once in a while, too, I guess.
Suns control the possession. Knocked loose. Rubio guarded by Cook. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Time expires. This game is all tied up. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. And we're underway here in the extra period. To Kyle Kuzma. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. It's Phoenix ball. From the painted area, won't go down. To Kyle Kuzma. Danny Green. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Nope. First one does not go. Knocks down the second after missing the first. To James. Going to launch beyond the arc. Message received. Well defended. Here's Rubio up top. His team up by 1. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Knocked loose. From long range, Long Island zone, Danny Green with the 3.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Rubio to Booker. Shot from the lane won't go. James throws it up. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. Phoenix with it. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. James, second effort. Davis. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
Rubio into the front court. Down 3. Screen coming. Anthony Davis sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and
Danny Green trying to cash in on a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Slams it home on the putback.
Not really known for attacking the glass, but I like that hustle. We need to see more of that.
Here's Rubio into the front court. Right now, down 7. Throws it down.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
It's Suns ball. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Danny Green swats it. And the nice finish at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Kyle Kuzma. Fires the 3. Good contest. Made it tough for Kuzma. Here's Rubio up top. They trail by 1. Second effort. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Kyle Kuzma. That no good. Off the mark. It's James. Cleans it up to James. 4-3. That's how you defend. Kyle Kuzma. Not getting the bounce. Beyond the arc for 3. Smothering D.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Rubio into the front court. Leads 1. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. James. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
You see, to a lot of people, it's an oxymoron when you hear the word superstar and the phrase doing all the... But that's what the great ones do.
Suns with the basketball. Great look and vision. Rubio. Slam dunk. DeAndre Ayton.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Ricky's never really been the guy to look for his shot first, though he did average a career high in points per game last season, and it all starts with that blow-by first step that sets up his opponent.
James. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
It's the Suns with the victory as they win this one in double overtime. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.